Shalom, but instead of souls by giving no praise to Yahweh, Bashem, Al Shah, Bashem, Kadash. Double honors to the apostle, great millstone, and honors to you brothers doing the work, the most on truth and in sincerity. Yahweh's real name, of whom the world English calls God, Jehovah. Yahweh, his real name is Yahweh. The son's true name is Yahweh Shah. And when we pray Yahweh, Bah Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Bah meaning in, Ha meaning down, Sham meaning names Yahweh, the name of Yahweh Shah. This is just a quick one. Been wanting to just kind of touch on this over the last couple of days. The elder has sent this clip as well, right? And it's just, yeah, man. These people, they're really coming in with the squeeze right now. Okay, they're really coming down with the squeeze, to the point where you got people that are just, people are in pain. Okay, and this is what Esau wants in these last days, right? To the point where I read it at the camp last week. I was trying to remember where it is. Right, this is, I think it's 47. Right, because right now, right, we're kind of at a place where you can't live here, right? And as such, everyone is in so much pain, right? That what it's going to start producing is just producing this anarchy, right? That is written of in the scriptures, right? That is going to be happening in these last days. Okay, this is Genesis 47 from 13. It says, "And there was no bread in the land, right? For the famine was very sore, so that the land of Egypt and all the land of Canaan fainted by reason of the famine. It says, and Joseph gathered up all the money that was found in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan for the corn which they bought. And Joseph brought the money into Pharaoh's house. And when the money failed in the land of Egypt, right, and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph and said, Give us bread, for why should we die in thy presence? For the money faileth. Okay, and what Esau is doing at the moment, right, is he's forcing people into this position, right? You may be in one part of London, you may not see, but then you go to other parts of London, you'll be like, yo, shit. Just the amount of food banks, the amount of people at those food banks. Okay, and these will be people that are working, but it's just the math doesn't math anymore, right? Then before we continue on with this, right? This is what do you call it? This is from the BBC's the 7 bills due to go up in April, and this is the thing. It's like when these bills go up, your wage ain't going up with it. Your wage ain't going up with it. Okay. It says energy costs are one of the number of bill rises which come into force at the start of what some commentators have described as awful April. Yeah, because people right now are through, and then in April, like they ain't gonna get a pay rise, but all their bills are going up, right? Water bills going up. Once again, in London, you have something called our water supplier is called for let's see, Thames Water, right? And the bill's gonna go up this much, but these times the service is poor. There's always road works because the pipe has burst or some whatever nonsense. Okay, yet they go into £2 billion worth of debt, and then the government, i.e., us, we just bail them out. Okay, so that's one. Energy bills, council tax, right? Car tax, and that's it. It's like, and then this goes to show, because we said this was going to happen, right? So from April, right, the standard rate for tax for cars, blah, blah, blah. This is one big change, is that EVs, right? And this is one, right, will no longer be exempt, and that's what these guys do all the time. Right, it was like, oh yeah, like for instance, we've got to drive into central London, right? We've got something called congestion charge. And at first, right, electric cars were exempt, right? Because it's like, oh yeah, it's pollution, congestion, but we knew what was gonna happen. It's just this man once again coming with that squeeze, right? Broadband phone and TV license, which is the annual increase, right, and stuff, and stamp duty, right? So it's mad. So you buy a house, and then you got to pay, and with taxed money, right? If you had it in the savings account, right, then you paid tax on the money in the savings account. But then eventually you take a massive loan, and then you got to pay tax on buying that house, right? So this is first time buyers currently pay no stamp duty on homes up to 425,000. Right, and good luck trying to find a house for 425,000 in London. Okay, maybe a small flat, right? Maybe, right? It says, but this will drop to 300,000. Right? It says anyone searching for. In fact, my other screen. Let me see what I can find. All right. Yeah, so it says as of February 2025, the average price of a home bought with a mortgage in London was £543,000, right? It says the average price of a flat sold in London over the last year was £543 for a flat, right? It says terrace properties, basically, so it's the ones when you go on the road, the houses like side by side, right? Was 778, right? Semis was 771. Okay, so basically yeah, it's just mad, and then other hidden tax rises, right? And this is one of the things Brother One was speaking about, right? It says the government has kept in place the freeze on tax thresholds on income tax and national insurance until 2028, a policy brought in by the previous government. This is often dubbed a stealth tax, as governments don't explicitly label it as a tax, but the policy amounts to a tax rise because of a process called fiscal drag, which which sees more people dragged which sees more people dragged into paying higher rates of tax as wages rise, right? And that's just it, man. So he's putting a squeeze on these people because at the end of the day, right, he wants everyone to start coming to him for the answers, right? Because people are going to be in a lot of pain in these last days, right? It says, back in Genesis 47:16, it says, and Joseph said, give your cattle and I'll give you for your cattle if money fails. So basically, we are going to end up in a situation where people are basically going to start, paying a lot, right? Giving stuff up that they wouldn't normally give up in terms of just trying to get food, right? This is Revelation 6, which is the third famine. So the third seal, famine. It says, and when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on them had a pair of balances in his hand. And this black horse represents judgment, right? But also the time that the children of Israel were taken to the Americas of slavery. It says balances really means yokes, i.e. slavery, right? Because that's effectively what's going to happen, right? This is what was read has happened. Right, verse 6 is, and I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, right, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. So basically, it's going into a day's wages, right, which is the times that we're coming into, right? So continuing on, verse 17, it says, Genesis 47:17, it says, and they brought their cattle unto Joseph, and Joseph gave them bread in exchange for horses, and for the flocks, and for the cattle of the herds, right, and for the asses, and he fed them with bread for all their cattle for that year. When that year ended, they came unto him the second year, and said unto him, we will not hide it from my lord, how that our money is spent. My lord also hath our herds of cattle, and there is not aught left in the sight of my lord but our bodies and our lands. Wherefore shall we die before thine eyes, both we and our land? Buy us and our land, and we and our land will be servants unto Pharaoh, and give us seed that we may live and not die, that the land be not desolate. Right, and once again, that's what we're going to be seeing. You're going to be seeing a whole load of people in these last days going up to Egypt for help, right? It's Isaiah 31, it's one to them that go to Egypt for help, right? One day Egypt being America, right? Basically going up into this Edomite, ultimately being like, yo, help us, right? Where FEMA at, right? It says, and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, and horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek your help. Because that's what we're going to be doing in these last days. As things get progressively worse, right, we're going to be, look into Yahweh Shem Shai for our help, right? Because even once again, as food starts getting short, which as we keep saying, these things, they're all manufactured. They're all manufactured. Like, the government knows that doing certain things will have certain results, right? All of these things are manufactured. Okay, it's just this is the position that they want you to be in, right? So that when it's time for the MOTB, people will be begging, right? It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord power, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, right? But ye shall be ashamed, right? So we gonna be eating, right? The Lord is going to protect his elect, okay? The Lord is going to protect his elect, right? And that's what we wholly believe in, right? So when as things get worse and worse, right? And even this was another one. Lord's will put all of these in the description box, because it's just like so many. Let me see if yeah, vehicle excise, capital gains tax. Yeah, so here it is. You let's say you make a good investment, right? Back in the day, right? Depending on your tax bracket, you would pay like 10%, 20% when you get the gain from that investment, right? But that's going up, right? Everything is going up. All of the different, uh basically, if you can think about it, it's going up, right? If you pay for it, it's going up, and that's just the times that we're living in, right? But once again, as things start degrading worse and worse, right? People, yeah, we may start feeling it or whatever, but ultimately our faith is in the Lord, right? Because we want these things to come, right? Because this world is filled with nothing but pride, right? So as always, Lord's will, that was edifying. To next time, Lord's will, if the Spirit allows, I'll go into more in depth into other stuff, just on this topic, man. So as always, Lord's will, that was edifying. To next time, we say shalom.